red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. What's up, audience? So, if you're here for the usual vlog content, sorry to disappoint. I'm taking a break from that today because I need to make this video for a couple of people who asked if you want the vlogs back. They'll be back tomorrow or the next day. So stay tuned, subscribe, turn the notifications on. We'll get you covered. What we're talking about today is how I got into this school. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jacob. I'm a sophomore at Baylor University studying film and digital media with an entrepreneurship minor. The first thing I'm going to talk about is GPA and test scores. So I went to a really big high school, and it was super competitive. So I graduated with a GPA of 94 on a scale of 100. My school didn't do like 3.0, 4.0. If you wanted that, you had to convert it yourself. So my GPA was up there. It's pretty good, but I definitely wasn't top 5% or anything. We had kids with GPAs of like 112, 115, stuff like that, ridiculous. Because at my school, at my old school, I guess I should say, we had a difficulty multiplier for pre-AP and AP classes. So if you took an AP class, you had a multiplier of 1.29 on your overall grade. And if you took a pre-AP class, it was 1.15. So if you had 100 in the class, you had 129. Okay, now that that's out of the way. I took the SAT 2 times, and I didn't do well either time. And I know that sounds weird, but hear me out. So the first time I took the test, I got, I think, 1110 on the scale of 1600, which sounds really bad. And the second time I got a 1260, which also isn't that good. But I did that by design. It was really strategic because I knew that Baylor super scored. What that means is they take your highest math score from one of your tests, and they take your highest English score from another one of your tests, and they put them together to make a super score. So the first time I took the test, I really focused on English. I'm not very good at math, so I focused on English, and I did really well in that section. I bombed the math section. I did really terrible. So the second time I took the test, I focused really hard on math, and I didn't study for English as much because I knew that I didn't have to worry about it. I had the score that I wanted to have the super score that I needed. So my super score from both of those tests was over 1300, and that really helped me get scholarships to go here as well as to get in. I also took the ACT. I don't remember doing very well on it. I only took it once, and this was after I had my super score from both SATs, so I wasn't super worried about it. Next thing I'm going to talk about is AP classes and extracurriculars. Over my high school career, I took 8 or 9 AP classes, which sounds like a lot, and I know not all schools offer those, but my mentality going into it was I didn't do so hot my freshman year of high school. So sophomore year is when you can start taking AP classes in the school system I was in. So I took as many as I could in hopes to correct for the low GPA I already had so that I could go to a good school. This is back when I did not know where I wanted to go. So I was taking all of those classes and doing well in them, and that was, you know, with the difficulty multiplier, slowly boosting my GPA until I graduated. So I had about 9, we'll call it 8. I had 8 AP classes, which looks really good, and that actually got me a lot of credit to transfer in, and that's why I'm actually a little over a semester ahead here, and why I'm taking 12 hours right now and kind of just focusing on a smaller amount of classes. So on top of my AP classes, I had a few extracurriculars. I was involved in a club here or there, and I was never an active member all 4 years. I'd show up to a few meetings, and I'd stay for a semester or a year or whatever, and then I'd move on. I was also an athlete. I played basketball for a semester. I didn't even make it to the season, and I made like the lowest level freshman team my freshman year. And after that semester, I moved on to track, and I started running track and field, and that's what I did for the rest of my time in high school. I was on the varsity team. I had leadership positions there. I was running club track. I was a captain of a club team. We went to nationals one year. We went to the state championships another year, regional championships, whatever, all that good stuff. Key thing is that looks great on a resume. You want to get involved with as much as you can, but also be involved in things that interest you. Can't stress that enough. So yeah, all of those helped me build a resume because I only had, I had 3 jobs in high school, and they're, while that does help you on a resume, I'm not sure how much weight it holds. I was a cashier at a Wendy's for 2 years, sophomore and junior year, and then senior year I had 2 jobs. I was a janitor in Gold's Gym. That was awful. And I was a shoe salesman at Finish Line. So that was actually really fun. Don't regret that at all. So I put all these things on my resume and, I was ready to apply. So I applied as early as I possibly could to this school. I figured out where I wanted to go pretty early on, so I knew the application opened on August 1st, and when I was writing my schedule, because I had to take time off of work just to apply for colleges for a whole day, I requested the wrong day, so I asked for July 31st. But luckily, the application was open, and I was able to fill it out and turn that in, I guess, a day early. So I applied early action, not early decision, mainly because I wasn't sure if I could go to school here. I had not yet heard back from financial aid, so I wasn't sure how much money I would be getting from the government, and then how much money we'd have to pay out of pocket, and how many outside scholarships I was going to get. So I applied early action, so I wasn't bound to go to school here. For those of you who don't know, early decision is an application where you fill it out, and it pretty much says that if you get accepted, you will attend, you will enroll. It's like a binding contract. So couldn't have that because I didn't know if I was going to be in the wrong financial space to attend school here. So I did that, applied as early as I could. I did every single thing. on the checklist. So I had 2 letters of recommendation. I did the optional essay. I answered the questionnaires. I obviously filled out the main part of the application, and that probably helped a lot. So stress to you guys, please do everything on the application. The application deadline here is February 1st. It's January 18th right now, so still have a little bit of time. So yes, my letters of recommendation, those were really, I think, pivotal for me. I can't stress this enough. You need to have good relationships with your bosses, with your teachers, with your principal if you can, guidance counselors, all of that. I picked a teacher. He was my AP US history teacher my junior year, and he was a really cool dude. His name's Mr. Green. Hey. He taught a great class, and I actually sat in it again the following year because I was his TA. That was a load of fun. And then I also chose my guidance counselor. I went to a giant high school. We had about 4,000 students. So guidance counselors had a bunch of students, but you could go visit them in their office and they'd know who you were, they'd know your face, they would know a little bit about your character, so that allows them to write about you. So I had those 2 letters of recommendation. I never got to read them, but I'm sure they were great because I'm sitting here right now. I applied with all of that stuff and turned that in as early as possible. Got my letters in very soon after school started, so I applied in July, and then school started in August, so I probably got those letters in around late September, early October, and I got my decision back early November. I got an email saying to check your account or whatever, and you had an update, all that jazz. So I saw that I got accepted. I was really excited, but I was still waiting on financial aid. So I got a letter in the mail mid-November that had my acceptance on it. It was my acceptance letter. And then there was also a letter from financial aid. So it had the information on it for financial aid that I received for my SAT super score. So I had the green light to come to school here. I canceled my other applications. Canceled that the same day. Told my parents, I'm going to BU. Super excited about it. And that was that. So, please leave a like if that was helpful. I know we had just a couple people ask for this. Hopefully this helps you guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. A little bit about me. I make college content all the time. I recently started daily vlogging. I'm taking a break from that with this video. So yeah, just make videos about the people I know and the places that I go. Bars. Yeah, if you're interested in any of that, I'll link a playlist down below. You can check those out. And I will see you guys in the next upload.